Hello. How are we doing? What is happening? Let me see if we can share this. What the hell is going on? Yes, we are live. Tremendously tremendous. All right. Dope. All right. How's everyone doing? I hope you're all doing wonderfully. I hope you had a great day. Hope you're chasing your fucking dreams. I know I am. All right, let's dive into this. We got a decent amount to talk about, and my back hurts. And yeah, a lot of shit today. I'll tell you what, a lot of stuff. It was a good Monday. I love Mondays. Other people hate Mondays. I laugh at them because I know that they're not doing what they should be doing. I'm sad for them, truthfully. And I would hope one of my things that I would like to do is help people that hate Mondays. That's a fucking great idea. Wow, I'm all chock full of ideas. I had another one today too. I was going to say, like, one of my life missions would be to help people that hate Mondays less. That would be cool. That's dope. I mean, that's kind of like an indirect thing, but that's dope. I just really like it. I find it funny when people are like, oh, fuck yeah, Friday. Oh, fuck you, Monday. Like that type of thing. Like, because I don't feel that way. I actually feel the opposite kind of because right now my weekends are not fun. I want every day to be fun. But last thing I'm going to say before we dive in, a 5 shitty day of working in exchange for 2 days of fun, that's a terrible compromise there. So try to do something that's fun all the time, and you can survive from it. So yeah, enough of the jib jab. Let's go. Okay, so first thing I did, easy layup, more raise marketing. I have done more raise marketing. I've been saying this on the stream for like 6 times. Like I've done marketing for Ray's Restaurant every day the last fucking like 5 days. But they need help. So if you want to work at a restaurant, go like Ray's Restaurant on Facebook, and there's a posting on there about they need help. So yeah, just put that on there. Whatever. Yeah. I had a finance meeting, the weekly finance meeting, reconciliation, whatever it's called. And I did a lot of stuff. So I go through my personal stuff. I go through all the businesses, and I just, reconcile things. Some of the highlights, I withdrew funds from Webull. So, Webull is like a trading app that I use because I have an account, and like you can actually get, link. Where's the link? Let me put it in the thing. Hang on. 1 second. Bear with me. I have a link to Webull. I personally don't have any problems with Webull. It's just not my favorite platform per se. That being said, I don't think it's a bad platform. I think it's actually a really good platform from what I've seen. I will give you both links though, because I'm a nice guy. Actually, shit, this is annoying. What is this? Link address. What is that going to look like? Oh, damn it. Bastard. That's annoying because that's weird. How do I get that link? But anyway, I will explain this real quickly while I try to get this link for you, because if I do send you this link and anybody wants to use it, then you sign up, you get a free stock, and you fund your account and get another free stock, which I think that is dope. I think I get something out of that too, so appreciate that. But that is, like, that's cool and all, and I like doing that, obviously, but when it comes to like trading and doing all sorts of stuff like that, like it's just whatever you like, you know what I'm saying? And there we go. Okay. It's like whatever you like, and like I don't really like Webull just because it's like the platform and everything like that is kind of like there's a lot to it, and I'm just not. I haven't devoted enough time to figuring out how to do like actual stuff like that, and I don't know where the hell this link is, so unfortunately I don't think we're gonna get to post it because I can't see it. Wait a second, one more quick second, because I think I know how to get to something that I can show it and put it on here. I will give you I'll give you this because this is actually one that I would rather use. And honestly, probably a lot of people don't like this, but that's Robinhood. Robinhood, sign up and get a free stock. Here you go. Chat. Boom. Bada bang, bada boom. What was the other thing I was going to do? Webull. Okay. So we'll go here. We'll go here. And we will go here. And we got it right here. Perfect. Webull. Awesome. Here you go. There you go. Awesome. Awesome possum. Okay, we're back. Okay, so here's the thing. So withdrew all my funds from Webull because I got a couple free stocks and like $32 in there and I just took it out. So I don't really use that platform because I use Robinhood currently for just like stock trading. I could use Fidelity because that's where a lot of my other stuff is. It's where my Roth IRA is. That's where I have a brokerage account through there, but it's literally just mutual funds. So maybe I do that in one day. But these platforms like Robinhood and M1 Finance and Webull, most of them are like very easy to use, like just on your phone, bang, bang, and it like works really well. People say certain shit about certain ones, and maybe there's like there's ones that are better than others, but as long as it's like easy to use and like, you know, easy to get into, I think that they're doing the right thing because I think more people, I even had a conversation today, people need to understand finance. They need to understand like stocks. It's just going to make you a better all around person in a sense of like how much you can succeed and how much you understand like how, you know, the world and the market and everything like that works. It's not fucking required to be a human being, but I'm telling you that if you are at all interested in it, you know, I'd be more than happy to kind of sit down and tell you what I know. I'm not by no means an expert, but yeah. So withdrew the funds from Webull because I don't really trade on that platform. Cool, whatever. I think that's another thing too, is a real quick point there is I think a lot of people have money in places that they don't know. Like they might have like a weird checking account from like when they were younger, or they have like, this is a big one. You have a Roth IRA, a 401k from like an old job. I've heard that before. That is a fucking horror story. Like as soon as I got out of my job, I'm like, give me that fucking money. I'm putting it in my Roth IRA. You know, so if you have any trouble with that too, like consult me or consult a professional. I don't know. But yeah, so that's terrifying when I have money. I know where all my money is. It's terrifying to hear those types of horror stories, but they are rectifiable. So do not get upset. Just fix the problem. This is a funny one, and I posted about it on Twitter because I was fucking pissed. So Capital One, I have a credit card, and there was a $13,000 credit limit on it. I don't use this credit card. I don't have a reason to use this credit card because it doesn't offer me anything better than other credit cards that I have. I have 8 credit cards. I will do a video one day on it, or something. I just, you know, too many other fucking things. That's the story of my life. But they lowered it. They lowered it from $13,000 to $5,000. And on the surface, it doesn't really mean anything because, you know, I wasn't using the money anyway. I don't need it. It's whatever. But as somebody who like gives a shit about this sort of stuff, like that's really fucking annoying because I worked hard to get these credit limits to where they're at. Like I, you know, requested credit limits and like, you know, making money and just like the ability, like I went through the process to get something like that. Okay. There was work involved. And, you know, they have to trust you to give you all that money and stuff. Now, the reason they're lowering it is because they're trying to cover their ass with risk mitigation, meaning like right now, given the times, they're afraid that people are going to utilize unused credit like that to pay their bills and shit. And which is understandable, like as a business, like, yeah, you want to get imagine like you're a credit card company and you have like $1 billion out of potential credit that people can use, that you've lent that out, right? And you want to reel that back a little bit because you don't want everybody to start spending on their credit cards and then default and then you'd be fucked. That's not, you know, that would not be good. So I understand that 100%. Here's the problem. The problem is I've been a customer for over 6 years and I took the fucking time to get it to there. Now I'm taking the time to ask you politely to reverse the fucking thing after you didn't even give me a warning. You didn't say anything. They literally just gave me a document one day and they're like, here you go. It's lowered now. It's literally less than half of what it was. Okay. It's almost a third of what it was. Right. And like, what the fuck? Right. Like that's complete bullshit. So and let me preface this real quick and then I'll finish the story. This happened to me again. This happened to me actually probably about 2 months ago with Chase, like a card that I have through Chase Bank. And they did it. They handled it completely differently. They sent me a letter and they said, hey, we noticed that you're not using all of your credit. We're going to dial it back in 30 days. We're going to take it from this to this or something. I don't know what the numbers were. I can't remember. But it was like half. And I was like, what the fuck? So then I don't even think I called him. I think I emailed him. I said, hey, listen, I would really not like you to do that. Please don't do that. You know, I realize I'm not using it, but if I'm not using it, like if I'm not going to default on it and you are worried about me defaulting on it, then we're fine. Like we could just let it sit there, because here's the problem. And let me finish that part. So they were like, fine, that's cool. No problem. We'll just leave where it's at. And that's fine. Great. Thank you. Here's the problem. Because you're probably like, at this point, if you're not like super, into this sort of shit, you're probably like, Mark, what the fuck? Like, you don't even use that $8,000 worth of credit. Like, what's the point? Well, here's the problem. The problem is, and I've talked about this before, I should make another video to kind of like point people to, but when you have a credit score, okay, like that's not going to probably affect me that heavily, but what you want is you want a lot of available credit and you want to utilize a very little bit. And the reason is I have actually no fucking idea, truthfully. Like it's a stupid fucking system, but I just play the rules of the game. So when you look at your credit score, like an actual breakdown of what it is, there's 6 categories, but the 2 big ones are, or 2, they're not huge, but like the ones that we're talking about here are like, you want to have a lot of available credit. And on credit wise, I've shown this before, but it doesn't matter. If you have over $50,000 in credit or something like that, $100,000, I don't know, then like you're pretty good. Like you're in like the high tier or whatever of like, nice, good job of available credit to you. But you can't have all that credit and fucking utilize it all, because then you're more at risk for not paying it back. So you need to have a small utilization, like literally 1%. It's fucked up. So that's what I mean, is that if you think about it numbers wise, that $8,000 in like maybe I think I have like around $90,000 to $100,000 in credit is going to fuck me, because now my utilization, even if I use like $1,000, just went from like 1% to probably like, I don't know, like 3, 4. It's not like anything crazy, but what I'm saying is like, that's just me. Like not a lot of people have that. So like if you take away $8,000 of their credit, then it's like, well, what the fuck? Like that's seriously going to affect some people. And I said that. So to finish the story, I was like, this is not going to fucking fly. And like, I couldn't email them. So like I called them and I was like, yo, talked to the rep and was like, hey, what's the deal here? Why did this get lowered? And she's like, well, just refer to the letter, we're lowering it, people that are inactive or whatever. And, if you want, you can talk to a supervisor. I'm like, fucking put them on. So I talked to the supervisor. I was on hold for like 10 minutes. Then I talked to the supervisor. I was like, listen, I understand that you're doing this for risk mitigation. I totally understand that. I understand, the Capital One as a company doesn't want people to default on their shit. Totally understand that. Here's my question though. Me, as somebody who's been with this company for 6 years, has had this card, no issues, nothing like that. And I've been a very loyal customer. This is going to negatively affect my credit score. And you didn't even tell me, like, you didn't warn me or anything like that. What are you doing for customers on a 1-to-1 basis? Like, again, I'm not expecting them to flip a switch just because I said something and flip them all back like all these people. Like, that's not the point. There's some people that don't give a shit about this. Whatever. I don't really agree with that, but that's fine. But I took the time to fucking call you and say, hey, there's a problem with this. I don't like the way this is being handled. I'm the customer. I'm not one of those types like, oh, I'm the fucking customer. But seriously, like, what the fuck? Like, it's literally, if you flip that back, like if they had a policy and the supervisor said, no, they're not doing it for anyone, which is fucking ridiculous. I don't blame the supervisor. I blame like the actual whoever's putting these policies into place. Because the problem is, like, if you just flip that back for one fucking person, it's like, or whoever cares, then it's going to be fine, because they like, if you cared enough to fucking call them, you're only going to aggravate people if you say no. Like if you just say yes, and you let them do that reversal for somebody that actually gave a shit that their credit line was decreased, they're not going to fucking spend all that fucking money. Like, maybe like fucking 2% of them are. So all I'm saying is, I don't agree with the way that was handled. If I was running Capital One or making the policies there, I would have said, oh wow, this, like, there are going to be some people, or you get the requests, like, these people are going to request this. Just give it the fuck back to them, because it's not going to matter. Like, it's literally, what are you going to have? Everybody fucking calling in? Maybe. I mean, but it's just stupid. It's fucking stupid. Like, it's risk mitigation to a level that just doesn't make any fucking sense. Because when you start to mitigate risks to the point that you're pissing other people off, like actual loyal customers, like I was literally about to say, fuck it, I don't use it anyway, fuck it, and that would have actually hurt me. That wouldn't have been a good plan. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like the whole principle of it. Like, this is very fucking aggravating. But it's whatever. Oh, and the funniest part, she's like, you can request a credit line increase in 6 months, but we don't, there's no guarantee there. I was like, cool, goodbye. So it was so fucking annoying. But yeah. So that's the type of funny things that I deal with. So that's funny. Off that topic now. I had to do some memory card research because this camera has been giving me some trouble. When I'm recording I record in 4K. Both podcasts 4K, only the best. And this camera has pissed me off to no end. It's a good camera, really solid quality. Can't say anything about that. But the actual it's so new. And it's like, it was aimed at video, like vloggers and shit, because it's like tiny and like little point and shoot type thing. Really fucking bad in some ways. Literally every single time that I record in like actual decent environments, like there's been a couple times where it's like 70 degrees or something like that, or like less, and it's like, okay, whatever. But like, I'm talking like in, outside, but not outside, like in the garage is where we film. If you've seen any of the FBP or AM and the PM episodes. And it's not that hot. It's between 70 and 75 degrees. And this camera just fucking overheats like nobody's business. I don't know if it's just so small. There's like not a lot of room for the heat to dissipate or whatever. I can't open the little door on the thing to dissipate the heat from the battery and whatever. The batteries are literally this fucking big, so it's like, it's just really ridiculous. And there's so much like overheating that goes on with this camera. I haven't talked to other people. I'm trying to get other, people's insight on it online, but there's not too much out there because it's like literally 2 months old. So I thought though that because I had another problem, not only does it overheat after like a half an hour or so normally, and like it just shuts off, but a couple times, this is way more concerning. It is actually like, you'll be recording a clip, okay? And then like 20 minutes into that clip, like that one specific clip, a thing will come up on the screen and it'll be like something to the effect of, oh yeah, we couldn't save that file. I'm paraphrasing. Couldn't save that file for you. Sorry, buddy. Would you like to, there's something corrupt with that file. And I think I've pressed it twice now because it's happened like a couple times. I think it actually asks you, yo, this is fucked up. This file is fucked up. Do you want to save the rest of the shit on the card, or do you just want to fuck the whole card up? And I'm like, yeah, I want to save the other fucking 2 hours of footage it's like ridiculous. So the point being, I've lost like 2 clips of like 20 minutes each, like in the last 2 episodes because of that. And it was so annoying. But anyway, the reason that I'm on that is like, obviously there might be something wrong with the camera. Probably it's new, it's small or whatever. And, maybe not with the camera specifically, but the way they design it or whatever. I'm going to get a bigger camera at some point. Okay, this is a starter camera. But I got a new memory card because I thought maybe the corruption issue was a problem with the speed at which it writes. So I did like literally 2 hours of research on memory cards today. Such a fuck fest. I still couldn't even tell you exactly why like you would want a faster card, because it just seems like the speed in memory cards is like, so you can take the thing out of your camera, plug it in your computer, and like just instantly put everything on there. And that's for another reason. It doesn't even affect me because I have a thing that's plugged into the fucking USB port, so I'm totally limited. It doesn't matter. But the point is that I did all this research, and then I finally bought something, literally a memory card, 256 gig memory card for like $120, and it's Sony and it's tough, so it better not shit the bed. It better try to keep the fucking thing a little cooler. And if I have any problems with the memory card, I'm gonna throw this camera at a wall. So yeah, I don't know. But I made that purchase. Yeah, cool. Hopefully it's coming. It was a business expense, so yeah, make sure you write your shit off. And then I left my house and I went to this is another funny story today. We had such a fun day. Okay, so I said, well, this is real quick because I talked about this yesterday. So I contacted a potential buyer for this scooter that I have, and I try to do a lot of Facebook selling, like to just get rid of old stuff. I would really recommend that. But this person actually responded to me, so I might hopefully be selling that pretty soon. But the Bluetooth speaker, so I have this Bluetooth speaker. It's an Anchor Bluetooth speaker for, actually, I didn't actually mark that as sold. I need to do that. But it's like literally like one of them rectangular speakers like this big, like a Beats Pill or whatever, but it's Anchor, which is a solid company. And this thing was probably like, I don't know, maybe $35 max. I used it like 4 times just because I have really no use for it, and like it just doesn't matter. I don't need it anymore. And so I have it listed for 25. Maybe it was around there, I don't know, but I have it listed for 25. Okay, guy is interested in it. We go back and forth, and long story short, I meet him at his work in Robinson. He says, "Come in the back door." I'm like, I'm at the back. Comes in. I go up to him. And he's foreign, so like it was kind of hard to understand like messages or whatever. I'm like, "Hey, are you the guys I was talking to?" He's like, "Yeah." So I go up to him, and I have the charger in my hand and the thing in the other hand. And I go up to him. I was like, "Hey, here it is. It's just a speaker. If you hold it in there and then you pair it with your phone, go test it out. Like, if you have your phone, we'll test it out or whatever." He holds it in his hand, and he's like, "Oh, okay, cool." He's like, "Is it good? Like, is it like these fucking people? These questions that they ask are like crazy. The like, I hate selling on Facebook Marketplace, and I've said that I need to get away from it, honestly, because it's just really annoying. But like, you always get to the point, and it's like, how are you gonna like, how do you like, if the thing that you're holding looks like what you saw, like, where's the, and it works, like, what? It's just very confusing. I've never bought on there, so I don't know the other side of it, but like, I'm just selling good shit, I just don't want it. So he takes it, he grabs the fucking thing. He's like, "Okay, I'll test it or whatever." And he walks into the fucking restaurant, like in the back way. And like, I'm not going to walk into the kitchen of this fucking place. And he has it. And like, I don't know, because I can't see him. I'm like, "Oh, you're going to come back out?" And he was literally in there for like 5 minutes. And I actually went to my car, got my phone. I was like, sitting there, and I start hearing some music or whatever. And it's pretty loud. And then he walks back out. He's like, "Okay." And mind you, I said $25, like literally fucking 3 times, because I always, every time before I leave, I say, "Here, this item here, like at this location for this much," and then just so they get an affirmed okay. And he comes out and he goes, "Okay, yeah, it's good. I give you $20. And I was like, "Fuck it, whatever. Yeah, just give me $20. So I get $20 and I leave. Now, it's a funny story. Nothing against the guy. Okay, that's not the point. But it was funny. And every one of those exchanges are funny. Like, it's just ridiculous. And so he gives me $20. And I think to myself, I'm like, I go deeper than like just the sale of a thing. And I'm like, should I have said yes to that? Like, in and of itself, like, I don't give a fuck about $5, right? Like, that's not the point. The point isn't that I sold the speaker for 20 rather than 25. But hear me out here. In the position that I'm in, okay, and what I'm trying to do, like selling websites, my mind goes to that, selling shirts, like this, that, and the other thing. Like, if I go to the trouble, I put in the effort to say, this thing cost me this much to produce, like, not in this case, obviously, but this thing cost me this much to produce, I'm going to sell it for this, and I have the profit margin. And I've figured it all out. Like, it's kind of concerning to me, because I'm not good in those situations yet. Like, I hope that I can continue to get better, but it's like, I probably should have said, "Buddy, we agreed on 25. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, you liked it and everything like that. You saw it works. Like, I said 25. Like, you should give me 25. Like, just like as a fucking gentleman's agreement. Now, I will put an aside in here. It was listed for 25, and it was funny because like, he didn't haggle at all. And every fucking time I put something on Facebook, it gets haggled down. Like, no, like, I could literally put something on there for like $1, and somebody's like, "Free? You just hand it to me?" Like, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like that at all. I despise that, actually, because I just pay what the fuck this shit is worth, because that's my mentality. But whatever. So that's what I'm saying is like, but I'm kind of concerned, like, not about that, but about myself. It's like, should I like be a little more forceful and stern on, like, like, set in like my pricing and all that sort of stuff? I have a real problem with this, truthfully, with websites. Like, I know how much websites should cost, and I know what other people are charging, and I know how good my websites are, and I just, like, I've not sold websites for very much money. I haven't sold a ton of websites just in general, but like, I don't think I would really want to like I should be selling websites for a lot of money, and it's just not happening. So, but yeah, that's a different story. But that's something that came through my mind, So I have those experiences, and I'm like, let me think about this in a different way. And I don't know the answer, but that was a funny story regardless. And while I was out there, I checked our UPS boxes. Just absolute garbage, fucking deluxe. I hate that website. I don't hate the website because I've never been on it, but like, if you open a business, prepare to get a ridiculous amount of mail from people that want to sell you business checks. Like, bro, I don't need any fucking business checks. So yeah, it's annoying. Another funny story. Chipotle makes no sense. Okay. I hit my last stop before I head onward, and I go to the Chipotle in Robinson. And if you follow me on Instagram, which you should be, wait, I will get you a link. To my Instagram so you can follow me and see all my funny stories. Here you go. Please go follow me on Instagram. The reason that I say to do that is because I put funny stories on there, and like that, one of them today was I was at Chipotle. Okay, so all that happens, I go to Chipotle, and I head to the one in Robinson. Okay, and I get to the front door, and I didn't if I'm gonna grab it just mine and go, then I'd like to go through the line, right? One order, not a big deal. So obviously it's a crazy time in the world, and restaurants are totally fucked and whatever, but I get to the door, and but most Chipotles you can go through line. I get to the door, they're all digital. You can't sit inside, whatever, and you can't even go through the line. So immediately I'm a little ticked off. Like, I'm not I don't get really mad about this stupid shit, but it's like, what the, it's more like, what the fuck, why is this the case? Because I try to be analytical about things and logical, and some things that don't make logical sense piss me off. And I'll give you data behind it. Like the Chipotle in Robinson, it's a very active Chipotle. There's it's not by no means people go there, it's whatever. So I don't know how Chipotle works, but you would think that Chipotle's at minimum in the same area, given all the crap that's going on, that would be somewhat similar. And I know for a fact that you can go to other Chipotles and order through the line. I know that, multiple. And then the other thing is, they're not all digital in that sense. And then the other thing is, I don't even understand that at this point, because I know some Chipotles where you can fucking eat in the place. So it's so confusing. I don't understand. Anyway, that's why it makes no sense. And like I said, digital thing and all that sort of stuff. So I'm there, it's whatever. Okay, so I stand outside, I put my order in, great. It's 4:20, it says to be done at 4:30, great. So then I walk in and I stand there, and I stood there for literally 25 minutes. And I don't want to put these people on blast because I don't know these people and they look like they were working hard or whatever. But you're not only are you going to do all that, you only have one line open. This is more directed at whoever fucking decided this, the management or whatever. You only have the takeout side open. If you've ever been at Chipotle, there's a takeout side. You don't even have the main line open for customers, which is whatever, but you're not even utilizing it. So that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So it's just another thing. It's that in that place too, their order system has gone down multiple times, and I literally had to write my fucking order on a piece of paper one time, so that was ridiculous. I'm not really trying to shit on that location, but it's just that type of stuff kind of confuses me, because it just seems like it could be easily avoided, and it probably pissed a lot of people. I wasn't standing there getting fucking pissed or anything like that. I was just chilling, but I think about those things, and I just, more than anything, I'm okay, try not to do things as I go through business or even life to almost negligently piss people off. Because there's a lot of fucking people that get really pissed off about stupid shit real fast. It's I don't want to deal with that, so just try to put in the effort up front to say if we only have one line opened and we don't have the other one open, and we're backing up really bad on orders, try to mitigate that. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't matter. Whatever. I got my Chipotle. It was adequate. Whatever. Follow my Instagram for funny stories. But yeah. So we did that. Then we went out to CHIMERA, which is, again, I don't know how much I'm supposed to say about this, but it's a warehouse that some really good friends of mine now, I've only met most of them 3 times, but what I would say is just people similar to me, people that are very creative, very talented, and I think that like me, sort of in their team and everything like that, could do some really cool stuff in the future. I don't know obviously what the future holds, but all I can tell you at this point is they're making a very cool space for very creative and ambitious people to go and, hang out, create things, clothing, music, podcasts, video, like all sorts of shit. Okay. And, that's pretty much like all I can say. I don't know what I can or can't say, but it doesn't matter. But anyway, I went there and I was helping out. Okay. Like literally today I was cleaning up different things because they're in the middle of a big renovation and stuff. And they were, and I was like, just like helping literally like renovate the place. And I've been there a couple times, 3 times actually. And, great dudes. I've known, I think one of the dudes for a little bit, and then the other guys like I've met. So it's just great experience. I'm really, honest to God, I'm really happy that I am associating and networking with people that are, to some degree like-minded with me and just want to fucking do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so like aggravating to be like near people all the time that are just like set in their ways and just, don't want to move forward in any sort of a way. And that's just the worst. So that is dope that I'm making those connections, and I hope to make money more. So, if you're one of those people, hit me up. But did that stuff, great time. And then I had to go to a hockey game. Now, the hockey game, there's 2 of them. First one we lost in the last second. It's crazy. And then the second one we won in overtime on a very ridiculous, stupid goal that I scored somehow, just deflected it in, whatever. It's not a big deal. But I was kind of tired, so it was kind of a strange thing. It was a weird thing, kind of lethargic. But I kind of want to wrap it up with this idea that I had actually on my way to hockey, based on the stuff that I had at CHIMERA and like different things. I was gonna make a video about this, like a short like Instagram video, but I totally forgot. Like I was driving and I was like, yeah. So let me try to think about what I was gonna say here, and I'll just kind of, like I said, wrap this up with just this or whatever. So it was something to the effect of like, I had this idea for like a book or like a course or some sort of shit that would just help people, right? That people could consume in some sort of way, even a video. I don't know what the medium would be, but it was something like, okay, so let me preface it with this. I don't know if you've ever seen any of the things that I do. Probably, let me see, how to start. Oh, wait a minute, a second. I don't know, like start yeah, there it is. Okay. So like I have this course here, and I'll actually throw it back on here for a second. So like I have this course here that I've been working on, and this is like called, you can see up here, A Right Way to Start a Business in PA. Okay. And I think this is going to be incredibly valuable to a lot of people, especially like, the dudes that I'm meeting now. Like I'm starting to realize that there's so many different types of people, right? When you're in your own bubble and you're only doing stuff that and like you're doing, and you're hanging out with some people that are really similar to you, in the same people, honestly, you don't realize the types of people out there and what they might need help with. So this has been fucking eye-opening. So let me try to explain this and then kind of get into what I had an idea for. All this is right here is like a step-by-step thing of what I've learned to get like a business started. Now, again, I'm not making any fucking money yet. So you can't say that like this is a Jeff Bezos guide. That's not what this is. This is like the structure, which I think is very important. I put a lot of stock into this type of stuff because if you have all of this shit, then you can literally let your creative side go wild because you know that you have a strong foundation. So I'm not going to go into this, but that's just kind of what this is. Okay. So bearing that in mind, and that my mental state of that, that type of area and stuff like that. Okay. I had this idea that I could create some sort of content, book, course, whatever. And it's like how to be like a good person in a sense, not like a good person, but like a well-rounded person. The other thing too is like I like to be well-rounded. Like that's one of my biggest goals is like I want to know business, I want to know finance, but I don't want to be so fucking bogged down in those things that I can't be a good person. I can't be a good husband one day, I can't be a good father, I can't be like, I like to be athletic to some degree, right? Like everything I do, I just want to be a generalist. Like I don't want to be a fucking specialized, like I only do one thing and I suck dick at everything else. Like, that's not what I want to do. So that mentality in my in my life has really driven me to do a lot of things and try a lot of different things. And like, if I'm doing something, I want to do it well, like as good as I can, at least average, above average, whatever. And that's, I'm focusing on a lot of different areas. So I had this fucking idea, and it stems off of what I just said. It stems off of like a right way to make a business. So let me give you the example there. There's people in this world, from what I've just started to realize, that like I'm very structure oriented. I would say I'm sort of creative, but not really creative. I would say much more like analytical and structural and logical. And so I like things like that. I like literally boom, 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 do all these things, like get all your ducks in a row, OCD almost type. And then there's people that are just like wildly fucking creative and like really, really, really talented at that. And the trouble is, which I'm kind of experiencing with these new groups of guys that I have, they're just the opposite of me. It's like they are so creative and so talented at like just pushing shit out, whether it's video or music or whatever it is. They just push it out. It just comes in. It literally, like, the ideas flow into their brain and they just get it out there, which I'm trying to get better at. But the other side of the coin is when you try to do business and stuff like that, you need to have some structure in place. You need to have finances in order. You need to have like all those things, all those T's crossed and I's dotted. And I feel like that's what I do well. So it's like, this is like a real crazy thing. I always thought like I wanted just like ambitious people that were similar to me, but that's actually not the case. It's like when you find ambitious people that want to do shit and they are actually the opposite of you, and as far as that goes, those mindsets, like right brain, left brain, whatever the fuck you want to call it, it's like, wow, this is fucking crazy because we complement each other really well. And it's like I'm bringing things to the table that are really, like, we're having conversations today and like I'm bringing things to the table that are actually really, really important, but like haven't been thought about I don't want to say enough, but like haven't been thought about as much as all of the cool shit that we could do, everybody could do or whatever creatively and like produce things. So it's fucking amazing to see how those two worlds collide and how cool it can be, because I love nothing more than educating people on that sort of stuff and just kind of like, keeping that feedback loop going with learning things and teaching. So it's awesome. Now, the only thing that and this is the actual idea. So like I'm working on one for how to make a business. I'm working on one for personal finance. I'm working on, I want to work on one for like a personal brand type of thing. This next idea I had, which is like a little bit more, I don't want to say it's like jerky, but like, I think it's absolutely a great idea. And I just thought of this right now. Jordan Peterson actually has a book called 12 Rules for Life. It's kind of something like that. It's like going with the theme of like this step-by-step approach. I think that it would be cool for me at least to experiment with something that like a guide to like becoming a well-rounded individual, or like by no means perfect, but like well-rounded, right? What my version of a well-rounded person is, and probably what somebody else's would say, oh, that makes a lot of sense, right? And you don't need to do it specifically, right? Iterate on the fucking thing if I ever make it, you know what I'm saying? But like, just like my thoughts, like boom, just kind of do this thing. And the reason that I thought about this was because of, again, these guys and these people that I've been hanging around with and learning so much from. I thought to myself, I was like, what the fuck happened? I think about this so often, especially with Fueled by Progress. Okay, I am 24. I'm very analytical, logical, whatever. Like, I'm trying to do these businesses, structure, OCD type shit. What happened to these guys that are very creative and very like just talented in that aspect, and like they just want to set the world on fire with all these different like ideas and things like that, and content and production and all that stuff? How did they get to that point? Actually, even younger than me. I think most of them are like 22. How did they get to that point so quickly and in that mind state, right? And it's like, what can you do to almost be like sort of both, or like what can you do to like get to a good point? Because I thought of this too. It's like I'm approaching the time where I need to kind of like get my shit together. Like, not like really together. It's like whatever. I'm still like in my mid-20s, but like if you can just like get to that point super fast and start experimenting as fast as you can and as early as you can, you have so much more time to fuck around. And I don't mean fuck around like as in do nothing. I'm just saying like the idea of being 21 and just doing what you love, because you know that it could be very well be a future for you, and like caring and like creating and doing all these things. That is a fucking incredible life. I was a little late on it, but I wasn't that late. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just incredible. Like, you always hear these people, oh, 40, like, oh, I wish you were your age and fucking did things different. Like, I think that way and I'm 24. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. And that's just kind of how I feel. Like, I think I had this one document, actually. It's like well-rounded. I'll see if I can find it. It's like well-rounded, like sayings or something like that. I don't know. I don't think I can search it. I'm not going to look for it, but it doesn't matter. But I have this thing like well-rounded phrases and like words to live by almost and stuff. And I think I could really do something kind of cool with that. Maybe not like a whole course or anything, like, I don't know. But yeah, so that's dope. I think that I've learned so much already from like these guys that have been around and everything that I'm doing here, and just like, you know, anybody in general that I've been connected with. And it's been a real fun time. So I'm excited, and I know that I can do a lot of cool things and probably help a lot of people. But we just need to keep doing it. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. But that was my day today. That was pretty long and a lot of fun. But yeah, that's kind of it. I just want to continue to stay happy and stay fulfilled. This is definitely the happiest I've been. Almost the most stressed that I've been too, just with like, you know, having to deal with like making sure that you're trying to move forward and progress and like hopefully money and all that sort of stuff. But you know, you would not believe the amount of stress that comes with a position that I'm in. Like, for instance, you know, I'm in my parents' house, and it's almost unfucking fathomable how like standard the approach is in most households. Like, what in most people's minds, like, get a job, work it for 40 fucking years. Like, if you're not making money, like if you're not making a salary or an hourly income, like, what the fuck are you doing? You know? And I'm not saying that that's wrong. I'm just saying that, like, I was doing that and I felt fucking terrible. You know, like, I don't want to do that. Like, I'd much rather feel terrific and be living in, you know, like a fucking studio apartment one day than feeling absolutely fucking miserable every single day and living in, you know, random suburbia or whatever the fuck, you know, whatever the American dream is, or I don't know if it's the American dream, but like whatever the standard fucking thing is, you know. And yeah, so that is just what I'm doing, and that is what I'm trying to tell other people to at least give some thought to, because it's liberating, it's incredible. I can't say enough, and I kind of feel like an asshole for saying it, because, like, again, I'm not making any fucking money, but you know what? Is that really the point? You know, I'm gonna make money, like, there's no doubt about it. It's just like, you know, you gotta build foundation, you gotta do all this stuff, but like, I definitely like money, you know, so it's like, and I'm not in a bad situation. I have no debt, you know. It's like, I have an 80, almost 90K net worth. I'm not flexing, I'm just saying, you know, like, it's like, I have investments, I have things, like, so it's like, I'm not in any fucking trouble, you know. I'm just not. The only thing that I have against me right now is that I'm not in permanent place. Or when I say permanent, I'm not like fully adulted yet, because I'm not out on my own. But it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen by the end of 2021. So yeah, I don't know. Just some thoughts, but we're moving. Just do something that makes you fucking happy. You know, I promise you won't regret it. Just keep the mindset going. Make sure that you don't get fucked up and think that other people's opinions of how you should lead your life are more important than how you should lead your own. Don't hurt anybody, and just have fucking fun. So that's all I can say. I'm gonna go. I don't know if I'm gonna play Warzone or what, but I'm gonna go. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the support. I will be back on here tomorrow. Bye-bye.